I was trying to mog a little bit. Welcome back to another podcast, episode 2 of Eyeball Heart You with Custis Blue. Name change on the second episode. Yes, I did that. I have been thinking of Eyeball Heart You for over 4 years now. Not necessarily as a podcast, but just as a brand identity. That is just like just I love you, like the tattoos on my finger. And if you're not watching, you're just listening, I'm trying to show. Okay, I'll do that another time because the lighting is prohibiting me. Sorry, I got to keep this mic far away. The lighting is prohibiting me, but I have an eyeball, a heart, and a U on my fingers. And when I go like this, it also means I love you in sign language. It's the sign language. And I was thinking like one day I'm going to be like really popular and people will take pictures of me and I could be like, da, da. But this actually stems from my dad. He just put eyeball, heart, you on all of letters and written things to me. And he also used to be like double love with a twist before we went to school. He'd be like double love with a twist. And we'd be like double love with a twist when he dropped us off to elementary school and stuff. So just that. And I thought, wow, look, I can make a little logo, like a little smiley face. And I actually have different versions of this, but this is the OG version. Hand painted with a friend of mine. Anyway, yeah, I really like that. I'm probably going to branch out with it, but I will heart you, the podcast. Anyway, moving on, I'm a little irritated, okay, because I got feedback about this podcast. I got a lot of feedback that was good, and then I got feedback that wasn't necessarily bad, but it's irritating me because I was told that I need to have talking points because I go all over the place. And I wasn't irritated until I tried to have talking points. I tried and I failed, and it made me feel boxed in, and I was unable to fully express myself because I was like, I have to keep it on topic or on subject. And you know what? That's just not who I am. And this is a place where I can be who I am. That's the point of this podcast. And for other people to be able to be who they are. If I have guests, it's just going to be conversations, ideas, thoughts, patterns, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, so that's why I'm a little irritated because it's made it harder to film this podcast because now I'm worried about it. So I will no longer ever take feedback again. I'm perfect exactly as I am, and I'm old enough to make my own decisions. And you are too, probably, if you're watching this. I think it's time for you to have more confidence in yourself that you're a good person and you can make the right decisions and you don't need other people to tell you and guide you and show you what's right. Of course, be open. Be open to other people. I'm not open to anyone's feedback right now, though. So unless it's good feedback. But you can be open to people and you can listen, and you should have enough confidence to know that you can listen and you can decide, is this right? Is this right for me? Is this wrong for me? Do I like this? Do I not like this? All I'm saying is you are, I'm not, Custis Blue is giving you the permission in 2025 and saying you can have the confidence. Do y'all hear that car horn? I swear if y'all can hear that, I'm going to be so agitated. But you have, can someone get their car? Anyway, whatever. All I'm saying is I've discovered with myself, like I can talk my shit. I don't have to be a people pleaser. And I have the confidence now, and I'm old enough and have the confidence and have learned enough to know if I'm not being a good person or if I'm being a good person. It's really that simple. and if I'm doing the right thing or not. Obviously, I can make mistakes. Obviously, I can make mistakes. I'm open to making mistakes. I'm open to it. But also, I'm old enough to be like, fuck you, you know? Fuck you. You know, some people actually deserve that. I've learned some people, fuck you. And, you know, sometimes the way that you say fuck you doesn't necessarily have to be, it doesn't necessarily have to be the action of saying fuck you. Although I did flick someone off today in my car, and it felt very nice because, to be honest, I will say that it did look like I cut a lot of people in line, but I was taking a right and someone was, there was a truck that was stopped in the way, so I didn't see it. So I didn't see it until I got close to it, and then I realized I was in the wrong lane, so I tried to switch lanes, and the guy was like, "You're cutting me," and I was like, "Well, I'm actually just trying to take a right here, so just let me go, boop boop," and I just took it upon myself to make sure that happened, and he honked at me, and then I honked back at him, and I and saw that he was going to flick me off, and so I flicked him off with a big smile, and I felt very happy about it. And I consciously made that decision. I wasn't even angry at all. There was no anger. There was really no anger there. I just was like, you know what? Let's do this. I'm gonna flick you off too, huh? You want to mess with me, huh? So it felt more like, you know, just funsies. So what I'm saying is, guys, unleash, have some fun in this world, you know? Tell people to fuck off if they're being dicks, you know? But you don't, but you don't have to say fuck off. There's other ways. Sometimes people don't even deserve that energy at all. I tend to give people energy even when they don't deserve any energy from me. Because, again, I'm a people pleaser. But, so you definitely can just cut people off if you want to. Speaking of cutting people off, I have to learn to set better boundaries with people. But that's a whole nother subject. That's a whole nother subject. And I don't really want to get into it because I don't want to just talk about my content creation and community struggles that I'm having, because this isn't the place for that, because I don't think everyone here is necessarily quote unquote a blueberry, which is the name of my peeps right now, my bloobs. And I love them, even though they can frustrate me. Other than that, what's going on? Oh my gosh, I am getting disciplined. No, not in the way that you think. I actually am starting jujitsu. I started jujitsu. My first class was yesterday. It was like my first class. It honestly didn't make me tired at all. I ran 2 miles afterwards. And so today I'm going to go into another class because I'm like, I have the energy to do it. My dad said, don't overdo it. Don't burn yourself out. And I usually tend to obsess and do things really quickly from the beginning. Motherfucker. See, I consciously made a decision to say motherfucker. Sorry, Mom, and everyone in Macon, Georgia, where I'm from, who doesn't like cuss words. But I consciously made a decision to say that. Because the truck kept making noise. Anyway. Maybe I do need talking points. My constant need to do something is kind of getting out of hand. I don't know if this is like a dopamine thing from social media or if it's not, but I consistently need to always do things. And I'm nervous that I'm going to talk about something that I talked about in the last podcast episode, but that is the fact that actually I'm reframing my mind to, and I know I did talk about this, but let me reinstate this. I usually have to check the box on things. I needed to do this, check, to feel better. Like, I have to work out. If I don't work out and I don't practice the guitar and I don't study and I don't work on my social media and I don't and I don't eat healthy and I don't check all these boxes, then I can't be happy. Then I can't be happy. because in my eyes, I have to be doing all those things all the time to give myself the permission to be happy, which is fucked up. I should be able to be happy for not doing anything. But also, guys, I've already gone through this, and I'm promise this is probably the worst advice, and don't take this advice unless you really, really feel like this pertains to you. But I'm reframing this because you know what? Maybe I am a high functioning person that likes to do a lot of things and wants to do a lot of things. Maybe there's a lot of things that I want to do. Maybe I want to be all these things. And I want to be healthier. Obviously, everyone kind of wants to be healthier, but I'm just saying, like, maybe I want to be ripped, bro. Maybe I want to be ripped. You're welcome. Maybe I want to be good at music. Maybe I want to be a good engineer. Maybe I want to do content creation. Okay? Maybe I want to do all these things. Maybe I want all these things. And maybe if I feel like I'm not working toward these things, I am unhappy. Does that make sense? Like, maybe I do need to be doing these things. Maybe I actually am unhappy, and it's not because I have to check all the boxes to be happy, but because the things that make me happy are all those boxes. And it's just hard. It's just hard to check all those boxes because it's a lot of things, and it's hard work, and it's a lot easier to sit down and do nothing. It really is. It's a lot easier. Anyway, I have no idea when I started this podcast. 11 minutes. I have to at least get to 30. I saw 11 minutes on the screen. 12 minutes. Okay. That's fine. All right, fine. I'll try to talk about one of the talking points that I had. Got my stars on. Loneliness. I wanted to talk about loneliness because I was feeling lonely. But the second I put this camera on, I stopped feeling lonely because I was like, I feel like I'm talking to someone, if that makes sense. And I stopped feeling lonely because maybe I'm expressing myself. Guys, I'm being a little condescending right now, but also to myself because I'm actually really discovering this at the same time. But I'm like, oh my God, this is the stupidest thing ever. Guys, maybe it's important to express yourselves more often. Maybe you should start a journal. Maybe you should video journal. Is this a podcast? Today it's kind of like a video journal, and yesterday it was too. What even is a podcast? Anyway, this is why I need someone to talk to me at the same time so I can rant with them. Otherwise, it's just going to go into like this weird, like introspective funnel. But anyway, yeah, it's hard to talk about loneliness when I'm feeling less lonely because I'm talking about loneliness. But I will say that I have been a lonely person for quite a while. I don't necessarily just think it's social media. I think social media can perpetuate loneliness. I think the internet can perpetuate loneliness. But if I really, really think about it, I was lonely before COVID. Bruh, I was lonely in high school. Not all the time. I'm not like saying this blanket loneliness was over me. But golly, bruh, I deserve 3 hugs a day. Everyone deserves 3 hugs a day. Where the fuck are my hugs, bro? Danny, shout out to Danny, one of my coworkers, is like my only consistent hug, and that happens once a weekend. So, thank you, Danny, for being my fix, my hug fix. But I'm about to start the hug club. God, this is embarrassing. I hope that no one I have a future crush on sees this and it's like, oh my God, this guy's lonely as fuck, bro. Anyway, it's just hard. It's hard. I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but I just have like a certain way that I want to live my life. I have certain goals, certain things, and I really want, like, as a young man, feel the need. I'm sure not even just as a man, I'm sure everyone these days, but I am a young man, So I'm just saying, young man. Um, feel the need to really get my shit together. And I want to get my shit together, but I want to get my shit together in the best way possible. In the way where I am happy as well with like what I'm doing. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do right now. But it's, it's not like the most profitable experience, what I'm doing, social media and stuff. Probably doing it wrong. But I, for some reason, have this belief that if I don't get my shit together, like in a way where, I can provide for myself and maybe someone else and hopefully, obviously, a family in the future, then, then, you know, I won't be wanted. Then I won't be wanted. And so I guess right now I feel unwanted, and that makes me feel lonely. Because I'm like, why won't why would you want why would someone want me when I don't have and can't provide the security that they may want, even though they need to be able to provide it for themselves. But I also, I feel insecure. Like, not necessarily like physically. If you're not watching and you're just listening, I just might have touched myself in a weird way, but not that weird of a way. Don't get the wrong ideas if you're not watching either. Just like, anyway. And I don't feel insecure with my abilities. And I don't feel insecure with my ability to work hard. I just feel insecure with the fact that I'm not feeling super secure and planted in this world where I'm like, I am going to be able to support myself and a family in the future, which is what I really want, simultaneously in a space where I have time to hang out with them and also am happy. And that insecurity makes me feel like, well, if I was a girl and I wanted, someone that felt like a future prospect and I wanted a family, then I would be looking for a man who's going to be able to provide those things. And I can't guarantee that right now because I have no idea what my future freaking looks like. And that's one of the reasons why I feel lonely. Not all of them, but that's one of the reasons. I think another reason is I grew up my whole life with a brother 16 months apart from me. We shared a room for 17 years. My whole life, I had a best friend. At all times. To play with, we had similar interests. We played. Sorry. We played sports together. We hung out. We did so many things. And, we started getting separate interests and growing up. And one of us, went to college earlier than the other. And we went to separate colleges. And now my boy, Brighton, my OG best friend, my bestest friend, you know, is married. He just got married to someone super lovely who I absolutely adore and I'm so happy is in the family. And he's far away and we never see each other. And we kind of do have a lot of differences, but we also have a lot of similarities. But yeah, I think I lived my whole life with a helicopter mom and a best friend as a brother. And obviously an amazing best friend as a sister, but can't beat the fact that me and my brother shared a room for 17 years and we're only 16 months apart and played on all the same sports teams and we're competitive at all times. And then all of a sudden, poof, gone. What a great therapy session this is. You guys are great therapists. Absolutely love you guys. Thank y'all. Anyway, super blessed with the family that I had. Super, super happy and feel like I carnated I feel like I carnated on earth with them, and I feel like that was a choice, and I feel like I will choose them every time. There's not one. I would never choose another brother, never choose another sister, never choose another mom, and never choose another dad. Ever. I'm blessed. I'm not trying to brag. Just absolutely blessed. But anyway, maybe I miss my brother a little. Maybe I miss whatever that connection was, that best friend connection, because I really genuinely, when I'm looking for a partner and stuff, I want someone where I feel so vulnerable and open to. I want them to know every part of me, everything. And I want to know every part of them, good, bad, ugly, things they regret, blah, blah, blah. I want them to feel so comfortable with me. I want to feel so comfortable with them. I just want to be able to be like, best freaking friends. And I want to be able to just have that feeling of knowing no matter what, they love me. No matter what, they love me. And same. And that security. And I can do the weirdest shit. Not that I want to do weird shit, but I just need the security to feel. I want the security of feeling like if I fucking do something, like I want to be able to make mistakes. And I just want to be weird. Like, okay, this sounds weird. At this point, this sounds weird. I'm not trying to say get weird, okay? Although there's nothing wrong with getting a little weird. All right. Don't take the wrong meaning from this. I'm just saying that I need my partner to be my best friend, and I want to be fully loved, and I don't want there to be conditions, because I grew up with unconditional love, and I grew up with the best, best, best unconditional love there was. Not saying that I wasn't bullied by my brother. All right. But he's my older brother. I annoyed the absolute living hell out of him. I was devious. Okay. Devious. But God, I think that that's, one of the hardest things about, having such a close family. Again, not complaining about that. And such a close brother is when we grow up and grow apart, we grow apart, and that happens with best friends and things too. You know. So anyway, so maybe that's why. Maybe that's some of the loneliness I'm feeling. Is I'm like, sometimes for me to feel not lonely, I need to also feel like I can be fully myself. And that's why when you're around people in public, or in spaces, you can probably be with them and still feel lonely. It might not necessarily be because you feel unheard, but it made me feel like you can't be yourself. And maybe that's why I do all this, because I am weird on the internet, and I love to entertain and get attention and all this stuff. Maybe I want the world to see me in that vulnerable as myself. I want to be loved unconditionally by the world, which doesn't happen, by the way. Maybe being or God or whatever you believe in loves you unconditionally. It does. Whatever you want to call it, it loves you unconditionally. It really does. But come on, peeps. I want to be loved unconditionally, and I want my bestie. And come on, I'm 27, man. I need to find my soul bestie soon, right? Do I? Oh, such a great therapy session. Podcast, I mean, sorry. I'm kidding. I knew this was the Eyeball Heart You podcast. So guys, why did I want to change this to Eyeball Heart You? Well, I love the Custis Blue Yapcast. It sounds amazing. It really does. But Eyeball Heart You makes me feel like if Eyeball Heart You were to do good, it's not even just a podcast, it's an ideology. I'm kidding, but it's just like, It's an overarching brand, to me. I'm very connected to it. And I think that I would feel super duper satisfied if Eyeball Heart You was successful. And the point of it is that I want everyone to be open. I want to love. This is loving unconditional. I want this podcast to be unconditional love. And that doesn't mean I ain't going to be sassy and say, fuck you to people. All right? Don't hold me to the fucking standard. First of all, I'm not the fucking brand. I'm not the smiley face. This isn't me. It's just a part of me. It's just a part of me. I will still be setting boundaries and I will still be sassy. All I'm saying is anyone's welcome. I will meet people as they are now, not in their past. That's my goal. And I want to be met that way too. And so I'm going to lead by example. I'm going to give the world what I want to give, what I want to receive. I'm going to give the world what I want to get. And that's how I'm going to live my life. All right. Anyway, we're coming up on 30 minutes. Eyeball Heart You with Custis Blue, episode 2. Anyway, sorry that this was all over the place, but I'm still learning. If you made it this far, put Eyeball Heart You in the comments and then say whatever comment you're going to say anyway, because I am selfish and I want those things. Like, comment, subscribe. What do they say? JK. Well, actually, not JK. You can still do it, but I don't want to be one of those people. JK. I can be whatever I want to be. Like, comment, subscribe. Damn. Come on now. Come on now. Look at this. All right. I'm not thirst trapping in this.